Good evening, YouTube. Good evening. This is Kenya Lynham here, back again for another movie night review with you. And this one is a Dust Files sci-fi. It's a four part short film series in one film. So it's 43 minutes and it is called Outer Space and it is with the Dust Files. All right. So let's take a look at those right now. All right. So there's four films. The first one is called Sunspring, and it's a group or a collective of text and a question. So the question is, what would happen if you were to input some of this information with AI that already does the ending of series and has it to portray itself in some manner so it finishes what you were doing and it knows how to end your places, your info inputs. All right. So, along with that, what would it be if you were to place the message back to AI that has that ability, and then a new script altogether from somewhere else, something that doesn't have anything to do with that part, and then turn it into a screenplay? All right, so that's what the first movie's about, and it plays out pretty melodious. There's two characters there; they're witnessing things. It almost seems like we're watching it as we see it. The book was already written called Sunspring, and everything plays out just kind of normal. You would just have to witness that they witness. All right. The second short film on these files here called Outer Space is called ATL. FTL. F as in Frank, T as in Tom, L as in Libra. All right, FTL. So, it's about a family, a father, a father's father. He goes out to outer space. Um, he has a mission to go to Mars, and it only happens in 3 minutes. All right. But once he's there, something breaks loose, and the communications discovers that there is something that he has to do on his ship, but he disappeared. All right, he disappeared. So they can't find him. So, all in all, there's a family, there's a control person, the lady who is speaking on the one side, and he's in outer space, and something happens within a matter of a minute. All right. So he doesn't come back. They have to look for him. They send a crew. They say, let's close it down. And then they end up getting a signal, and there he was. But he was right there with the family to tell them that he's here. So that's another witness generation there. If you like happy times, that is the film for you when it covers, routes and how things kind of miss out there in outer space at points. All right. The third film is Brief. The third short film is Brief. All right. It is called AI Apocalypse. And basically, she is rough and rugged. She is the AI, and she knows all about her director, or Mr. Stevens, or who they call the teacher one. All right. So when she discovers herself on a mission, Mr. Stevens wasn't involved in it. All right. So she had to figure out who did him in. And you have to make sure, I have to make sure that I remember the name. I'm just going verbatim with what I had just viewed it a few minutes ago, and yes, the name, only the name, just check the name that I'm saying it right. But her director or the person that's with her, he has a family. His daughter is gone, and he hasn't seen his daughter because she has passed, and he has adopted since then. But she was concerned, and AI, the person that is now, she's a young lady, Asian lady, all she's wanting to know is, do I feel emotions, and do I regard you as my teacher or something, right? So she's sent from another angle, from another person type, and he's more militant, and we can't find her teacher, so she goes to get revenge. All right. Then it almost looks like she brought him back because they did something to him, but then it looks like she made sure she wasn't that she didn't come back. All right, so it looked like she disengaged herself, exchanged herself out, or murdered herself, her AI person, and did not come back. All right, there's a word for that, but I just couldn't think of it, so sorry about that. So that is that movie, and you'll like it if you understand teachers and control people. All right, if she's Asian and young and he and bright, then it almost looks like that could be a daughter or someone he kind of runs into every time. She had to be sent out to the fourth dimension on this one in regard where he was at, and she's very army by herself, and that's pretty much why they had her go out, because of her skill set. But if they were going to get rid of her anyway, it almost feels like that. All right. All right. So that is that. AI doesn't commit suicide. They just disengage themselves, but I forgot the word. So if you know the word, please place it in the comments what I'm trying to say. I'm pretty sure you know what I'm trying to say. She just won't be in the scene anymore, and she did it herself. It's like them bombing themselves, but I don't know what the word is. But anyway, okay, on to the last short film, Cargo. So this one is pretty short, and it is pretty to the point. All right. There is a person who has a control person. Okay, it's an individual who has a control person on the other side, and it is an AI. All right. And he's supposed to, now I believe it's in Spanish too. All right. So he's supposed to take the cargo to a place and not miss the cargo on the way there. But when he gets to the place, the plane has an abrupt landing, almost like a crash. And AI says, that's a great landing. Okay, now you have to get out hurriedly. And he says, I am out. I'm getting out. And then as he has, it looks like he may have the cargo. There's something on that land that isn't familiar. It's some kind of ape or something. It's a man ape or something. And it's just like another dimensional shift, but we're not aware why he has the cargo. This is very quick. All right. So, yeah, I'm not familiar with the person. I'm not familiar with why there's an animal person there, but I know that he ran off with the cargo, but we don't have any idea of what the control is, and the person that was the AI that was speaking with him versus where he had to go that has no type of people existence there at all. It's just an animal person. Okay. And the animal person is sniffing the debris of the crash site, his spaceship parts, and he is He's actually lighting a torch and sniffing the fire. Okay? So that's the last movie right there. And it's another witness short film. Okay? So these four seem like they're more witness than what the thing actually is doing. And I went to go look for like descriptions and it doesn't have any, but I know these are films that have been out. I just but if that's all in all, I've summarized it the most on what I'm saying. Yes, so you'll be fine by looking at them and understanding what outer space is and why all of those are AI sophisticated ones there. All right. Now, the subject for tonight is called finesse. Now, with a little bit, you'll understand a whole lot. But if you don't understand a thing, you'll never know what the guy is getting ready to do. So, finesse is always going to allow you to jump and leap ahead time years from the ones that are past eon heirloom yongs, from the one who just doesn't get it. Duh, that one. The duh one. All right. Then if everybody says all right, it's just going to ring or say it. Now, if everybody sees, finesse isn't going to let you just go into some kind of time warp zone and say, here, jump in. It's not going to let you do that. All right. So, all in all, if everybody plays their role correctly, finesse will get you there. But if there's a person that's duh on one side of you and everybody is a person, he may not be a full breaded what a typical person does. All right. So if he has a little bit of that stuff, finesse will get it because he doesn't know how to savvy around people swift enough for anyone to recognize that he isn't a little bit of that stuff. All right. So, all in all, bear your witness to the one and know that you are the witness if you can't tell the onion in the bunch. But if the onion in the bunch knows a bunch about you, he's always going to talk. And then you just have your thing, your place, and your homestead before he says it's his anyway. All right.